Alright, so I have a really old battle here from Anniecarrots, quite some time. This is a ladder battle from TPT, and this was my first battle on the ladder. Annie hasn't been able to battle for quite some time. She's been on a hiatus of sorts, and I finally catch her at a good time, and she decides to battle me as my first ladder match. So I lead with Tyranitar, I get rocks up, I run a risk of avoiding the Iron Head, which, friggin' Fortress got, and then he gets a Fire Punch. And it's a trick variant to trick the Scarf on my T-Tar. I set up spikes with Fortress, and there's not much I can do after the Fire Punch. There's no point in trying to switch out with a burn and 52 HP. So I let Phalanx die, and it's already 6-5. So in comes Heatran. She thinks I'm probably choice, like every Heatran in existence, but I'm a little special. I use Substitute, and now begins my Torment of Anniecarrots. So here we go. David comes in, takes 25% from rocks, quakes me, and this is my chance. I torment David, who I know from watching one of her videos has Outrage, Fire Punch, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. So tormenting that means Earthquake's only good for one turn, so I can protect on that turn. I get a free sub knowing she can't Earthquake me or Fire Punch me. Outrage is kind of silly at this point, but it could prove damaging later on. And now I'm just going to Torment her, protect on the incoming Earthquake again, getting some more Sandstorm damage. And at this point, David's pretty crippled already. But here I decide just to Plume on the turn, trying to get some damage in. 30% chance for burn? I think so. And I burn it, but it has a Lumberry, and I wish I had a Lumberry right now so it'd cure me of my freaking fever I have. Because being sick in Alaska is horrible. But anyway, Sandstorm's doing its thing. She says, screw using Earthquake. He's going to protect. I'm just going to Outrage with my plus 280 base power move. I Plume after she breaks myself with Outrage, and Sandstorm after the Plume is going to take out David, and there goes a really big threat really early on. And Heatran comes away looking sexy. In comes her Beat is Sick. I don't want to take a ride on her Disco Stick Aerodactyl. I scout for a potential Earthquake with Protect, and get some lefties recovery while I'm at it. And I switch out, go to Loki, thinking she's going to Earthquake again, when she does. Now, I was expecting a switch, so I use Shadow Ball. And with the special defense boost from Sandstorm, it actually does some mediocre damage on an Aerodactyl anyway. So she's trying to see if I'm choiced here. She switches out to Putin, I don't know. But I Shadow Ball because I am choiced. And I get buffeted, Tootin gets buffeted. I have to switch out. She Ice Beams my switch, trying to predict, I don't know what she was trying to predict. I think it was just a random, hey, I won't overpredict with a normal type move, or not that you'd use a normal type move on a ghost, but whatever. So Heatran forces her out. She already knows what type of Heatran I am, but you can't take the risk of getting burned. And she thinks Spiritomb might have a better chance, which nets me a free substitute, which is never a good thing with this set. Ever. And I'm taking advantage of her Pokemon's low speed. However, I saw no point in tormenting Spiritomb, so I'm just going to Plume. She switches Tootin back in, and Tootin goes away. Tootin, Putin, bye, whatever. Oh god, it's so hard to talk. I have 2 cough drops in my mouth right now. Anyway, in comes her Disco Sick. I want to take a ride. No, I don't. But I take an Earthquake, and it breaks my sub. But once again, with the rock damage, I know I'm going to KO, even with the special defense boost given to her Beat is Sick Disco Stick from Sandstorm. It's going to KO. Heatran's doing his thing. It's pretty much right here is coming towards the end of the battle, because Heatran just basically walls the rest of her team, I assume, since she saw no need to finish the battle. She taunts me, hits through my sub, but like I said, no point in trying to torment Spiritomb, especially behind a sub. My Plume, decent amount of damage, and I get a burn. And right here is basically the battle. Pain Split's not going to work through a sub. Good game, Annie. She spastastic narrations, check her out. And comment, rate, subscribe, and thank you.